Hi, I'm Transgender Rex, she, her. Welcome to my channel. Normally, when I shoot my videos, they're usually planned out. Scripts are written, release dates are scheduled. I have a very deliberate subject that I want to approach. It's about a week-long production. As you can tell, I'm unscripted here today. I am still going to release the video I had planned for this week, but I wanted to do something supplemental. I've had some extra things on my mind recently, and I wanted to discuss those subjects. And I wanted to go off the cuff. I wanted to go unscripted because I'm going purely on emotion here and not with a structured plan. I've had a couple friends recently here within a couple weeks apart who have revealed to me that their child came out as trans. And the way my friends approached me about it is, of course, out of love. It's a beautiful step to take in the journey of transitioning for a family member to seek the advice of someone who has gone through it. I'm always happy to do it. I will always be happy to do it. My problem is that I don't ever think I have the right answers. I don't ever feel like I'm able to give them the perfect words to comfort them in that moment. In a moment where they are scared for their child, I'm unable to give them the comfort that they need. And I hate that. What I always end up doing in those scenarios, I give them as much of my background as I possibly can to help ease the process. However, it just never feels like it's enough. And I always leave the conversation coming up with something I should have said earlier. And I hate that. I truly wish that I had the perfect answer for my friends and had the perfect advice. In the end, it usually results in me recommending the therapist that I saw because she was amazing. It was more than just coaching me through my transition. She also gave me very realistic expectations on not only what I could achieve at my age, but also realistic expectations on what to expect from the world when they look at me as a trans woman. I am grateful that I had my therapist, whom I'm actually going to link in this video because she's amazing. If you are a trans individual or you are related to a trans individual, she is an amazing therapist. She was instrumental in helping me become who I am and helping me set realistic goals for myself as I was transitioning. I at least take comfort in that I can at least provide them with a name of somebody who can help. I wish I had the perfect answer to make my friends come away from the conversation feeling a lot better than they did. Maybe it doesn't exist, maybe it does, but I know I don't have it. My advice, and again, this is something I usually don't think of until after I've spoken with my friends. The only advice that I can provide is this. Love your child with all your heart. Accept and love your child. Being trans is not the same as being born autistic or being born with a disability, but I can ask the question the same, and even though it's not the same, I will ask you, would you love your child any less if you discovered your child was autistic or if your child had a disability? And I think 99.9% of the parents out there would say, of course, I would love my child. I challenge you to love your child for being trans just the same as if they were born with something else that they couldn't control. They're still your child. You still raised them. You still helped them to become the person that they are. And being trans doesn't change that. Being trans doesn't ruin that. It's just something else to add to what makes your child who they are. So my first piece of advice is just to love your child the same as you always would. They're just gonna wrap themselves up in a different package. Once your child is deep into transition, you will start to realize that your child is still the exact same person. They're just presenting themselves in a different way. Your love for this person is not changing just because they've cut their hair a different way or because they wear different clothes or because they are wearing or not wearing makeup. They're still your child. So my advice to you is to just love them like they're your child. Continue to love them like you always have. My second piece of advice is open and clear communication between all parties involved. Always be honest with your child about how it's making you feel. Make sure your child knows that they can talk to you about anything they're going through. Transitioning is the hardest thing that I've ever gone through in my entire life. And thankfully, I wasn't alone. I had my family, I had my ex-wife, I had people who were helping me through it. If I didn't have them, I don't know that I would be here today. My advice to you is have that open and clear communication. Talk to each other. If you can, have some family therapy sessions with your gender therapist. I think it's really helpful that everybody has an open and honest discussion with somebody who can mediate the discussion. And the last thing I can say is to be as involved as your child will allow you to be. Let them know that you want to be part of the process. Let them know that you want to be involved if they'll allow it. Ask as many questions as you can. Get familiar with the process as much as they are getting familiar with the process. I know that when I saw the doctor, I got so much information, my head was swimming. It was not possible for me to keep everything together and keep it straight. So thankfully, I had my ex-wife with me to help me disseminate some of the information, help me process some of the information, help me to keep everything in perspective. So it really helps to have somebody there with you. So if they will allow you, be as involved as you possibly can. It really will help them. It will show them how much you love them, that you're willing to go through this with them. It's basic fundamentals. Love your child. Talk to them. Be involved. That's it. And if you are a parent who is newly dealing with a child who has come out as transgender, and you're probably worried about all the stuff you're seeing out there, anti-LGBTQ legislation, Bud Light, Dylan Mulvaney, Kid Rock, Target, conservatives, misinformation, all of these things are probably swimming around in your head right now. Tune it all out. It's important that you stay up to date with current events and that you know that these things are happening, but really your focus should be taking care of your child. Tune out all of that noise that's going on out there. Focus on your child, focus on those fundamentals, love your child, communicate, get involved, focus on that. Trust me, it's so much better for your child to come home trans than not come home at all. There is a risk that you could lose your child, and I don't mean just in the most extreme way, but they might just cut you out of their life. I know it's a lot. You're overwhelmed. You're scared. Those are all acceptable feelings to have. Your feelings aren't wrong, but try to keep in mind this is about your child and it's about their safety and their health. I hope what I had to say helped because it really could make the difference. Again, I'm going to link down my therapist. I'm also going to link some other resources that might be helpful for a discussion like this. So I apologize if anything was too much or triggering for you. I hope that my words, even though some might have been scary, I hope my words at least bring you a little bit of comfort. Just love your kids. That's what I have to say for today. Take care of each other out there, and we'll see you in the next one, okay?